So in this week's video, we're continuing our series to master the most important ITTOs for communication management to help you pass your CAPM exam on your first try. Now before we get started, if you're new to the channel, my name is Alvin and I'm here to help you pass your CAPM exam by sharing the same exact strategies that I use to pass my own CAPM exam. So if this is your first time watching my videos, make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit that bell icon, and smash that like button so you're notified when my next video comes out. And don't forget to download your exclusive free workbook of more than 100 practice questions to help you pass your CAPM exam over at alvinthepm.com/ebook. As a quick refresher, these are the processes involved with communications management, and we'll be covering in detail the most important ITTOs that you need to master in order to pass your CAPM exam. So just like our previous quiz, we'll be going over the ITTOs in the form of a flashcard quiz. There will be a total of 11 questions. You'll get a couple seconds to answer each question, and afterwards, the correct answer will show up on the screen. So as you go through this, make sure you write down each answer so you can evaluate your performance at the end of this quiz. And so without further ado, let's get started. Question 1. For the process of managed communications, what is the primary output which is distributed to team members throughout the execution of a project? I'll give you a couple seconds before I reveal the correct answer, so make sure you pause the video. The correct answer is project communications. This is the primary output of managed communications and can oftentimes be referred to as project communication artifacts. So for example, project reports, status updates, schedule progress, as well as presentations. On to question 2. Which 3 project management plans are an input to managed communications which establish the following: the communication needs of stakeholders and the type of communication media and frequency to use, the team resources that we need to use, as well as ensuring their optimal communication, and of course, the strategy for how we'll engage with our stakeholders. Pause the video and we'll reveal the correct answer in a little bit. The 3 project management plans which are inputs are the Communications Management Plan, which establishes the communication needs of our stakeholders and how we'll address those needs. Number 2, the Resource Management Plan, which outlines what team and physical resources will be used on our project. And number 3, the Stakeholder Engagement Plan, which outlines our strategy for engaging our stakeholders in order to make decisions and manage our project. Question 3, what is a key input to manage communications management which is distributed to all stakeholders throughout the execution of your entire project? The correct answer is the work performance reports. These reports are shared and distributed to the entire project team as defined in the Communications Management Plan. Some examples include status reports, progress reports, earned value graphs, as well as vendor performance information and dashboards. Question 4. Nonverbal communication skills is a technique used during managed communications. Name 3 examples of nonverbal communication that's used when working with your team. Pause the video and think about what answer you think is correct. The correct answer is as follows. Nonverbal communication is all about being aware of what you're communicating with your physical expressions and not with your words. So some examples of this include hand gestures and facial expressions, the tone of your voice, mirroring, and eye contact. On to our next question. Question 5. Presentation skills is a communication technique used to formally deliver information to stakeholders during managed communications. Name 2 factors to take into consideration to ensure your presentation success. The correct answer is as follows. Several factors to consider to ensure for presentation skills are: number 1, who is your audience and what are their needs and expectations, and number 2, what are the goals and objectives of the project. Now for question 6, what tool and technique is used in the process managed communications to help distribute, store, and retrieve project information as well as communication artifacts? Pause the video and we'll reveal the correct answer in a couple seconds. The correct answer is the Project Management Information System. Think of this as the tools used in your organization for stakeholders to store and distribute any project communication artifacts and information. So for example, this could include various electronic project management tools, including project management software, web tools and interfaces, as well as dashboards. Number 2, electronic communications, including email and instant messaging and web conferencing. And lastly, social media, such as websites and blogs. And by the way, if you're getting a lot of value out of today's video, be sure to hit subscribe along with that bell icon and smash that like button so you're notified when my next video comes out. Question 7. Meeting management is a key interpersonal and team skill used in managed communications. Name 3 best practices for meeting planning to ensure an efficient meeting. Pause the video and think about which answer you think is correct. Several best practices for managing meetings are the following: sharing an agenda with the team members before the meeting is held, capturing and documenting meeting minutes and action items, staying on track and on topic for the meeting, as well as making sure the meeting begins and ends on time. And lastly, ensuring that the appropriate team members are invited, as well as managing any type of issues, conflicts, as well as expectations throughout the entire discussion. On to our next question. Question 8. What is the data representation tool used during monitor communications to determine how effective your project communications are? Pause the video and we'll reveal the correct answer in a couple seconds. The correct answer is the Stakeholder Engagement Assessment Matrix, which assesses the gap between the current and the desired engagement level for your stakeholders. Review the screen for an example of what this matrix looks like. Now, as an exam tip, make sure you can differentiate and recall what the different levels are for each stakeholder's engagement. Now on to the next question. Question 9. What is a primary input to monitor communications which contains the raw and in-process data of communications which have been distributed to your team? The correct answer is work performance data. Work performance data is a key input to monitor communications and becomes converted into work performance information. Question 10. The following are examples of what type of input used during the monitor communications process: the geographic location of facilities, different communication channels and systems, as well as the culture and the organization's governance framework. The correct answer is enterprise environmental factors. These are internal or external influences which are not under the control of your project team. Question 11. What is a primary output of monitor communications if any updates or deviations need to be made to the project management plan regarding communication activities? The correct answer is change requests. Any requested changes to the project management plan must be processed through the change control process. Now, we've covered all processes for communications management, so make sure you repeat this ITTO quiz until you score target or above target, and I'll see you in next week's video.